Hi, Lean and Clean in 2019. Cindy Karabi here. I thought I'd do a video today instead of typing this all out. Pardon my appearance. A lot of times when you work from home, you don't get to put makeup on because you don't have to. But it was just leaning on my heart today to talk to you about digestion, because when I did attend the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, I found that that was my most important topic that I learned. And so I delved into it further, and I took several seminars and webinars about digestion, and I offer them for free to various locations. So if you want me to give my digestion workshop at your workplace or at your gym or your yoga studio or anything like that, I'd be happy to do that. But in the meanwhile, I just want to give you a little bit about it. We're going to start it, and then I can finish it in another post, because I don't want you to have to be looking at this so long. But digestion is your gut. Your microbiome is another word for that. And Socrates said way, way back that all health begins in the gut. So it's really important to know that in your microbiome, which is in your intestinal tract, we have 100 trillion bacteria. Some are good, some are bad. What we want to do is we want to outnumber the good with the bad. That's our goal. So this composes 70% of your immune system. So if you feel like you're kind of the person that always gets sick or always feels sluggish and slumpy, think about your gut. Think about what I'm going to say in this post and posts to come. So anyway, how do you get the bad bacteria? Well, every time you take antibiotics, all kinds of bacteria get killed, including the good. So it takes 5 months for that good bacteria to rebuild in your intestinal tract. Whenever you take over-the-counter medications, that destroys your good bacteria. Hormones that we're eating in our meats and our dairy, pesticides that we're eating on our vegetables, inflammatory foods ruin your good bacteria. And grains really do have a lot to do with getting rid of some of that good bacteria that we really need. Herbicides, pesticides, and GMO products as well, because it's wired in their DNA and it gets changed and modified, so not good. Avoid GMOs. So what we want to do is we want to switch our diet from being filled with refined carbs, white carbs, that get absorbed in the upper part of the tract, and by the time it reaches the large intestines, there's only a little bit of minerals and vitamins left. So we're not getting any nutrition from those carbohydrates. We want to keep our gut bacteria balanced so that our hormones stay balanced and everything in our body is working well. The good bacteria also helps us detoxify. It helps us pull heavy metals out of our system. It helps us to absorb minerals better. It helps boost metabolism. So if you have weight loss resistance, this could be the reason. It helps boost your immune system so you can fight germs and viruses and bacteria. It's great for your bladder, for yeast infections. It helps regulate cholesterol and diabetes. So there's a lot of good reasons that we want to have the good bacteria in the gut. Now, I'm just going to start with a little bit of this today. So the very first thing that you do when you eat is you take the food and you place it in your mouth. That is where digestion begins. The saliva and your teeth begin chewing the product. Now, I'm not going to say chew 30 times, because if you're eating a piece of steak, you're going to have to chew that longer than if you're eating something soft. All right? What I am going to say is, do not put something else in your mouth until that food has become liquid, till it is thoroughly broken down. That's going to help your digestive tract so much, because most of the food is already broken down now, and the digestive system doesn't have to do so much work. So that's my very first simple tip. Chew until it's liquid or mush, and then go on to eating your next. All right, so now the food goes down your esophagus and it goes into your stomach directly. And so what happens there is there are two things there, digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is super powerful acid that is absolutely necessary and breaks down the food. Now, when it gets in there, those things work on the food. I want to stop here because I just want to talk about acid reflux, okay? Medical profession tells people that acid reflux is too much acid in the stomach. That's really not what it is. What happens is, this is your esophagus and this is your stomach. There's a little sphincter, a little muscle that opens and closes to allow the food to get in. If that sphincter is loose, if that muscle is not tight, it's going to open a little bit, and that acid that's supposed to be in your stomach is going to travel up the esophagus, and it's going to cause burning, in a sense of burning in the stomach and the esophagus, which is heartburn, acid reflux, agita if you're Italian, and it even can go up into the throat and cause inflammation there. So what needs to be done is that sphincter needs to be strengthened, and there are ways to strengthen it. In the meanwhile, what they're doing is they're prescribing PPIs, proton pump inhibitors. And what that's doing is that's stopping the acid production in your stomach. And that is not what you want to do. You need that acid to break down your food. So it's totally backwards, and there's been a lot of research about this. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. But I've been studying it for a long time. So what we want to do is we want to get off those proton pump inhibitors like Nexium, Purple Pill, and whatever other ones are out there that are harmful to your liver. And they literally tell you, you're on it your whole life. So that is just a death sentence. You don't want your liver to get destroyed by them. You want to find other ways to control the acid reflux. And there are several ways. One of them is, how about I wait and get into the acid reflux in another video. But right now, I just want you to think about those things that I said and get started just thinking about the chewing, the reasons that we don't want the bad bacteria to overpower the good, and the fact about your proton pump inhibitors if you're taking them. If you have any questions, please message me below privately or on the page, and look forward to the next post, which is getting to the continuation of the digestive tract. Have a great day.